Get ready, next up is my #1 weapon in the series, Fire Wave for Mega Man X1. If you've been watching us at all, chances are pretty good you knew this was coming already. Fire Wave is not a creative weapon. It's a flamethrower. That's the beginning and end of it. But that doesn't stop it from being impossibly good at fighting basically every single non-boss enemy in the game. Now, some may argue that Storm Tornado is similar in all of what I'm about to go over, and trust me, I love that weapon too. But by having a fixed firing pattern, slower rate of fire, and higher ammo consumption, it falls just short of its high. Fire Wave is perfect in its simplicity. It doesn't have much to think about. It isn't long range, so aiming isn't an issue. It has no special firing pattern, so there's nothing extra to process. It has a good amount of ammo, so you don't ever need to worry about using it, and it rips absolutely everything apart. Really, the only drawback to the weapon is the fact that it can't be used underwater, but that honestly makes sense, and given how powerful it is, it seems like a fair balance. And even then, X can still take out 2 Megatortoise and Cruziller with it if he wants. Some of my favorite things about this weapon are in the finer points of what you can do with it. For example, the fire trail will lag just slightly behind all of X's movements, including turning around, which means that X can begin firing on a Met, for example, in defense position, turn around, and instantly kill it. Why? The Met will stay defending while taking fire and pop up when X's back is turned in order to counterattack. But because the fire is still there for a few frames, it opens up to instant death. Its damage also changes based on button input. Fire Wave deals more damage on activation than when it does when held down. If an enemy has more health, rapidly tapping fire as opposed to simply holding it down will actually yield a much quicker kill time. It's things like that which make it simple to use, slightly less simple to master, and always gratifying to use wherever possible. Honestly, I think one of Fire Wave's greatest weaknesses is still a pretty cool aspect. Its charge shot is closer to Flame Mammoth's oil fire attack, and it looks really cool, but there's rarely ever an instance where you would want to use a charge shot instead of just the standard attack itself. Fire Wave is so good that it even manages to outshine what is meant to be a stronger version of itself. This in itself is almost a positive though. The lack of needing to use a charge shot to bring out its full potential is like one final nod to the classic series. Fire Wave feels like it could be right at home on the NES, which isn't something I feel is lacking from the X series, but is nice as a sort of last hurrah before the mechanic fully took over. Really, when it comes down to it, there's not a lot else to say. Fire Wave is elegant in its simplicity. It's always reliable and it's fun to use. On a list of weapons, while creativity and utility are definitely huge pluses, at the end of the day, you want to be causing damage with your weapons, and Fire Wave causes damage better than almost anything else I can think of.